My dear students, there are almost like 25 to 30 PYQs which are repeated almost every year when it comes to the NEET examination in the subject chemistry. And here in this particular session, which is going to be very short and precise, I'll tell you all the chapter-wise topics from which these 25 to 30 PYQs are repeated almost every year. So watch this particular session till the end, and at the end, there is something amazing coming up for all of you as well, right? So, first of all, let's have a look on these topics from which these 25 to 30 PYQs are repeated almost every year in the NEET examination in the subject chemistry. My dear students, when you talk about your GOC, General Organic Chemistry, in General Organic Chemistry, resonance, stability of carbocation, carbanion, free radical, geometrical isomerism, and optical isomerism. Questions are repeated almost every year from these topics when it comes to General Organic Chemistry. Hydrocarbon, Markovnikov's anti-Markovnikov's rule, direct influence of substituents on benzene ring, electrophilic substitution reactions, particularly nitration and halogenation, right? These are the short topics of your chapter hydrocarbons, from which the question almost is asked every year in your NEET examination, right? Expect some 2 questions from here. Similarly, haloalkanes and haloarenes, distinguishing SN1 and SN2 reaction. This is the topic from which the question will be repeated almost every year. Alcohols, phenols, ethers. Dehydration of alcohols is very important. Lucas test is very important. Reimer-Tyrman reaction is very important, and Williamson ether synthesis, right? These are some small things which you have to do, and my dear students, 2 questions short will be asked from this. Aldehydes, ketones, carboxylic acids. Aldol, Canizoro, Clemenza reduction, and silver mirror test. That's all. Questions will be asked. 2 questions short from here. Similarly, amines, basic strength and diazotization. 1 question for sure from here, right? In this year's Re-NEET examination as well. Similarly, talk about your biomolecules, structure of glucose, fructose, and DNA. 1 question short. Mole concept, empirical molecular formula, and concentration term. 1 question short. Atomic structure, spectrum, nodes, quantum numbers. Again, 1 to 2 questions from here. Periodic table, ionization energy, electron gain enthalpy. 1 question for sure. Thermodynamics, isothermal work, gives free energy, enthalpy of solution, enthalpy of formation, enthalpy of combustion. Short 2 questions from here as well. Similarly, my dear students, talk about bonding. When it comes to your chemical bonding, shape, hybridization, bond order is important. Questions will be asked. Some 3 questions almost will be asked. Electrochemistry involves Kohlrausch's law, electrolysis, and Nernst equation. Again, short PYQs are asked. Equilibrium, your Le-Chatelier principle, characteristics of equilibrium constant, pH, and solubility product. Almost every year you will find questions from these topics. And this year also you will find questions from these topics. 2 questions for sure. Redox reaction, oxidation state from structures. Again, 1 question. And balancing of redox reaction, right? From these 2 topics, 1 question will be asked. When it comes to your kinetics, first order reactions and your Arrhenius equation. Again, 1 to 2 questions will be asked from here. In your solution, I think everything is important. Your colligative properties, all the colligative properties are important, and question will be asked from colligative properties only. Any of the colligative properties, right? Coordination compounds, valence bond theory, and CF2. These are the 2 short topics from which questions are asked almost every year. Then comes to your D and F block elements. It is your lanthanoid contraction from which questions are asked almost every year in your NEET examination. My dear students, if you prioritize these topics which I gave you, chapter-wise these topics, I am telling you 25 to 30 PYQs you will find from these only. 25 to 30 direct or indirect questions you will find from these topics only. So why not to prioritize all these topics right now and give your best and prioritize these topics right now so that you can at least score 25 to 30 questions from these topics itself in the Re-NEET examination when it comes to the subject chemistry, right? And there are a lot of students who are basically asking me for the test series for these upcoming, like 10 days almost are left, some 9 days almost are left, okay? So in these 9 days, you definitely have to do what? You have to write the tests, right? I would suggest write two tests every day, or if not 2, just write 1 test every day. Now, what is the source of those tests? My dear students, there is a link which I'm keeping in the description box of the video, right? Click on that link. You will have the access to Unacademy's All India Test Series, right? It is almost free, or you just have to pay some 1 rupee to get enrolled here, right? And my dear students, you can have the access to all the tests for these upcoming like 8 days which are left, right? You can write these tests, and these tests are perfectly going to be up to the NEET level for sure, right? The level of these tests is going to be same as that of level of your Re-NEET examination as well. Okay, so link will be there in the description. First of all, prioritize the topics that I gave you. Number two, do keep writing these tests, which I'm telling you right now, by getting into Unacademy's All India Tests. Right? Link will be there in the description. You just have to click on the link. It is almost free of cost, or you just have to pay some 1 rupee for the enrollment purpose, right? And you are done. Perfect. Do it for the upcoming 8 days. And my dear students, our best wishes are always with you. I'm pretty much sure you are going to kill it. The Re-NEET examination as well, like you have always been. Okay, so take care. God bless you all and love you all.